Hey y'all, I'm still in jungle mode, and I've got the first non-weird, over-the-aged Fantôme beer I've ever had. It's their Brise bonbon, which means bowl breaker, literally. And the deal with this is that the Fantôme brewer wanted to make a really bitter beer that would be too bitter for people to enjoy, but of course Americans love it, and bitter beers are super popular now. And it's 8% alcohol. And this one, I do not believe it has any unusual spices or herbs. It's just like an extra hoppy Saison. It's 8% alcohol. I opened it so I could pour some for my partner. But I haven't tasted it yet. I kept it in the fridge ever since I bought it. But green bottle, not, uber fresh because it's coming all the way from Belgium, so I'm smelling a little bit of skunkiness, but I can get good through that. It's rather dark. It's classified as a Saison farmhouse ale by most places. It has a really nice head. I was a little worried when I first opened this. There was no foaming or anything on top, no bubbles forming, but I think it's just because I had this in the fridge for a long time. And it was also bottled really well, there is no gushing or anything, but you can see it's perfectly carbonated, lots of little bubbles, not really, really crazily carbonated like some Saisons, and that head is just beautiful on there. Yeah, like the skunkiness is kind of expelled a little bit. I feel like at first it's the strongest, but then it kind of pushes out. It's like one of the aromas that dissipates the most quickly. And I'm getting lots of European hops, intense European hop, like dry, rustic berries, woodsy, herbal tea, and a little bit of black tea, along with some very dry orchard fruits, pears, and spicy, only a little bit clovey. It's not overdoing it on the esters and phenols, but it's a really unique way. It's not bubblegummy, it's not banana-y. It's so different from American Saisons. I really like the aroma. Yeah, it's not a far cry from the DuPont Saisons, but they don't make any stronger, extra hoppy, slightly amber Saisons like this. DuPont only does mostly really traditional ones. They don't do ones that they call super hoppy. Like, I guess this aroma almost reminds you of Brasserie de la Seine, another Belgian brewer that makes Saison-y ales. Usually their yeasts are a little bit cleaner than Saison yeasts, but Brasserie de la Seine makes lots of extra hoppy beers made with European hops mostly. Maybe just a tinge of crabapple. It's not tart or funky. There's no Brett or like high acidity happening here. That's nice. Pretty big on the apple, almost cherry, pear. Interesting. It reminds me, I guess, a tad of like Orval almost, with a slightly darker color. And yeah, the extra hoppiness. But there is no barnyard funk or anything in this one. It's definitely a modern Saison. And it's so fluffy on the tongue. It really has a nice feel because it's like soft and creamy, but then there's plenty of prickly bubbles and hop, bittering acids happening. But then on the tongue, it's just kind of like fluffy isn't exactly. It's just almost luxurious, foamy in a way, but not like I'm just drinking foam, literally, because usually drinking just beer head, especially with Belgian styles like this, it's like really bitter and medicinal. And the finish is pretty bitter. I guess the one beer that I did a review of last year, what was that? It was from some other Belgian brewer, forgetting the name right now, but that was another like 8%, maybe 7% extra hoppy Belgian strong pale ale. But that one really raked your tongue with bitterness. This one's on the edge of that, but it's not overwhelming quite yet. But I am getting a lot of texture, that sort of cat tongue dryiness where I can feel every taste bud on my tongue and on the roof of my mouth. And that, along with the peppery yeast, really makes it really dry. But there is body and sweetness to this. I think that's what's saving this beer. If it were like super duper crazy attenuated with not any sugary body at all, it wouldn't be very palatable. Yeah, there's a lot of interesting flavors. I'm getting a very, very slight menthol. And yeah, just a woodsy. It's not quite pine though, but I like this. Yeah, I'm gonna buy Fantômes when I see them. I bet this one is not very good if it's like several years old. I'm pretty sure this one is less than a year old. There's nothing on the cork or anywhere on here that I think tells you the date. The burps are a little bit skunky, I guess. That's what's weird. The flavor isn't too skunky and unpleasant, but yeah, if this one is left out there, you know, in the sun for a little bit, or if you age it for years and years, the skunkiness is probably just going to get worse and worse, and you won't get the nice fresh hop flavor and tea flavors and fruity flavors and spicy flavors that blend so well with all the similar flavors from the yeast. And the yeast is handled so well here. I guess if you like Duvel and Saison DuPont, especially the dry hop version of Saison DuPont, then you'll probably like this beer. It's almost like a little bit of a combination of those with a touch of caramel malt. Maybe if you put a splash of Orval into dry hop Saison DuPont with a splash of Duvel's triple hop, it'd be like this or something. But this is a very nice beer. I would highly recommend it. Goodbye.